Retirement should be the time when years of hard work finally pay off, yet many people still fall into the same financial traps that silently drain their wealth. Today, we are breaking down 5 major wealth-building mistakes retirees keep repeating, and why these errors have long-term consequences that most people do not recognize until it's too late. If you want more clear and practical financial guidance, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you never miss the insights that can protect your future. Mistake 1. Ignoring long-term budget adjustment. One of the biggest financial mistakes retirees make is assuming their budget will stay predictable throughout retirement, when the truth is that expenses shift dramatically over time. Many people enter retirement imagining reduced costs, fewer obligations, and more stable spending, but the opposite often happens. Medical expenses rise, travel increases, hobbies expand, and unexpected home repairs can appear without warning. Inflation also stretches budgets in ways that retirees rarely anticipate. Prices of essentials such as food, utilities, insurance premiums, and transportation slowly creep upward, often unnoticed until the increases have compounded. Lifestyle changes like helping adult children, supporting grandchildren, or relocating for better weather or lower taxes add additional strain. As retirees age, their needs evolve, and what they once considered discretionary spending often becomes necessary spending. If a retiree continues using the same budget they created at the start of retirement, they unknowingly drift into financial danger because their spending no longer reflects their actual cost of living. Without regular updates, a budget becomes disconnected from reality, functioning more like a hopeful estimate than a practical guide. Small oversights like higher grocery prices or increased transportation costs slowly accumulate until the retiree suddenly realizes their savings are shrinking faster than planned. The emotional impact of this realization can create stress, fear, and uncertainty, making retirees feel as if they are losing control over their financial future. Mistake 2. Holding too much cash and avoiding growth. Many retirees fear investing because they associate the stock market with risk, volatility, and the possibility of losing money. The emotional scars of past market crashes or stories of friends who experienced losses often push them toward a comfort zone of full safety. As a result, they store large portions of their savings in cash, believing it is the safest option. However, this strategy slowly erodes wealth because inflation reduces the value of cash every single year. What feels safe emotionally becomes risky financially, especially over a retirement that could last several decades. A retiree may assume their cash pile will last forever, but without growth, the purchasing power of that cash shrinks year after year. Retirees who avoid growth fail to give their money the chance to replenish itself through market returns. Without investment growth, savings shrink faster, and retirees eventually rely on larger withdrawals to maintain their lifestyle. That creates a downward spiral where more money is taken out to cover the same expenses, accelerating depletion. A balanced investment strategy does not mean taking reckless risks. It means diversifying properly, keeping a mix of stable income-producing assets, and maintaining enough exposure to growth that your money keeps pace with rising prices. Moderate exposure to equities, bonds, and inflation-protected securities can help maintain financial resilience. Mistake 3. Mismanaging withdrawals and spending rates. Many retirees underestimate the importance of a structured withdrawal plan. They start taking money out of their accounts without fully understanding the long-term impact of each decision. Even small overspending choices create large consequences over a 20 or 30-year retirement. Every withdrawal affects how long the remaining balance can continue growing, and when withdrawals exceed sustainable levels, investments lose the ability to recover. This leads to long-term financial decline that can force retirees into difficult decisions later in life, such as cutting back essentials or downsizing unexpectedly. The popular 4% rule gives a useful framework, but it must be adjusted for market conditions, inflation, longevity expectations, health needs, and personal circumstances. Retirees who ignore these adjustments often withdraw too much early on, leaving themselves vulnerable later when medical costs rise, inflation spikes, or market downturns occur. Suze Orman emphasizes that a withdrawal plan should be flexible but disciplined. Spending should tighten during market dips and loosen during growth periods, allowing the portfolio time to recover. Retirees also benefit from having multiple buckets of money, separating short-term cash from mid-term bonds and long-term investments. This prevents emotional reactions during volatile markets because retirees know their immediate needs are covered. Mistake 4. Ignoring healthcare and long-term care costs. Healthcare is one of the biggest threats to a retiree's financial stability, Yet many people still underestimate how expensive medical treatments become with age. Cost for medications, outpatient visits, long-term care, home assistance, mobility devices, and chronic condition treatments all rise faster than general inflation. Retirees often assume Medicare will cover everything, but Medicare has gaps, limits, deductibles, and services it simply does not pay for, and without proper insurance coverage or dedicated savings, a single medical emergency can rapidly deplete retirement accounts. A broken hip, a long-term illness, or the need for full-time caregiving can cost tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Suze Orman often stresses the importance of preparing for worst-case scenarios instead of hoping they will never occur. Understanding Medicare options, choosing supplemental plans, and exploring long-term care insurance can protect retirees from substantial financial shocks. It is also important to save specifically for healthcare through dedicated accounts that grow over time, such as HSAs before retirement or investments earmarked for medical spending. Planning early for long-term care, whether through insurance, savings, or family arrangements, helps avoid emotional and financial stress during vulnerable moments. When retirees take medical costs seriously, they gain both financial security and personal confidence. They can make decisions based on what's best for their health instead of what is cheapest. Mistake 5. Relying solely on one source of income. Depending on a single income source in retirement creates long-term vulnerability. Whether it is Social Security, a pension, or personal savings, no source is guaranteed to remain stable forever. Economic changes, investment downturns, inflation, and unexpected expenses can quickly disrupt even the most carefully planned retirement. Retirees who diversify their income streams protect themselves from these fluctuations. Even small additional streams of income can provide powerful financial cushioning. Part-time consulting, freelance work, hobby-based earnings, rental income, dividends, or interest payments all contribute to greater stability. These additional sources reduce strain on savings and create flexibility during economic downturns. Suze Orman teaches that retirees should not simply rely on what they already have, but continue exploring ways to strengthen their financial foundation. Diversifying income also provides psychological benefits, giving retirees a sense of purpose, involvement, and independence. For some, earning even a modest amount through enjoyable activities creates both financial and emotional fulfillment. Those who build multiple income channels enjoy greater independence, more freedom to enjoy life, and better protection against inflation and unexpected emergencies. It is not about working endlessly, it is about creating options and reducing financial pressure. By generating income from several directions, retirees build resilience and ensure that no single economic change can jeopardize their long-term stability. Those were the major wealth-building mistakes retirees keep repeating. And the good news is that every one of them can be avoided with thoughtful planning and consistent financial awareness. Retirement should be a time of stability and enjoyment, not uncertainty and stress. If this video helped you better understand how to protect your long-term financial security, make sure you like this video and subscribe for more clear and practical guidance you can use every day.